stream, yes. Beautiful. Good evening, people. Let me get this one here. Wonderful. We are in the Q&A with your higher self. Another evening live here in Zoom and live on YouTube. I hope it works this time. I always say that. So far it has never worked, but I think today it will. So what is the Q&A of your higher self? Q&A are short readings. I'm psychic, so I can answer the question for you by you asking me the question. I connect to your higher self or your spirit guides, whatever you like, and answer that question for you. Questions about life, about relationship, about finances, health, choices in life, insecurities, being stuck, name it, about your past lives, maybe. I like to keep it to this life, but whatever question you have, we see how that goes. And the way that you can ask questions is in the Zoom call, you just type your questions and I will just choose and ask you to come up by camera, or if you like just by sound, that is also great. So I can interact shortly with you and then I will start doing the channeling for you. If you are on YouTube watching this, welcome, welcome. If you have any questions for me, you need to come into the Zoom call. How do you come in the Zoom call? It is for Light Portal members. And there's a free section, there are paid sections. And I want to invite you to come to my light portal because together we can raise the light on this planet Earth and we raise the frequency so we can all step into that new Earth frequency, at least as many as us as possible, living in that new Earth frequency here on this beautiful planet. And that's why I do the whole YouTube, to generate more of that light. And that's why I have the light portal, to support you so much more with courses to connect to your higher self, with coaching calls where really your individual journey is guided in a very small group. It's very personal, and we have weekly manifestations. No, not manifestations, those are recorded, but the live one, I have a large library of beautiful transmissions, manifestations, quantum healings, many of them. But the live ones that I do every week are transmissions or activating codes that are activated within you, or whatever is needed at that time that a higher consciousness believes that we need in this moment, that elevates your frequency. And most of all, makes you remember who you truly are and reminds you of all the gifts that you have. I see a piece of hair standing up here. I need to adjust that. All right. I'm already getting very warm by all this talk about all the things that I do. So let me calm down. It colors well with my lipstick and my sweater. I would like to welcome, but maybe we can, let's see if there's any question. Let me know. It is in the season. Yeah. So what we can do, Christina, because these are still yeah, you're here. Would you like to come up with camera or just sound or just text?
I don't know. Whatever Spirit says, whatever they recommend. I'm open to anything.
This is your choice. If you want to come up with video or with sound.
Okay, I'll come up with
that. Is up to you.
I'll come up. Here we go.
Thank you. Beautiful to
have you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I have played your most recent download channeling message from
the Galactic Gateway. And
I have played it like 3 or 4 times now. And each time I'm better connected. And I just wanted to tell you, the last time, right before it closed down, right when you were anchoring the messages in, I had, and they're coming in now, I feel their presence now. I I saw an image of, you know, it almost looked like you know, maybe a galactic member of another timeline, right? And right when you were anchoring the light, they turned around and looked at me and they waved at me, and it was like, oh, it was like a smile, like a nod. I felt like so much, like they were so happy, and I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that that has been more and more. I feel that connection more and more. And
Great.
so,
Yeah. It's called divine energy activation, I think, something like that. And have you been able to connect before that as well? Is that something normal for you?
you know, there have been times in the past where their presence came through, but I was not aware of what was going on. I woke up, or maybe it was my dream, I can't remember, maybe about a year or two ago, and there was one doing something with my heart chakra, standing over my bed, and I don't even remember if I was awake or in a dream state when this was taking place. But yes, that was the first time that something like that had happened.
And how did you feel after that?
I feel great. I didn't have any fear. I don't have that kind of thought process at all. I felt really good that something was trying to be opened in my heart chakra.
Yeah.
A connection, maybe. And so
beautiful.
I have been trying to connect with them more since I watched your video, and I have been taking some of the words that you were saying in your video to establish that connection.
Beautiful. Oh, so happy about that. Great. So is there any question that you have today, Christina, that you would like to, you have yourself? I personally, I love people doing it for me, although I can connect and I have conversations and communication with so many beings, but someone doing it for me is like always such a pleasure. So,
well, I would like to know the connection that I am having with them and what they're helping me with. And I feel like their presence is here on a daily now, but I would like to know if they're helping me remember, awaken what has been asleep for such a long time, because I feel like there's so much more that is still asleep.
Most likely because you had many lifetimes that you could all remember, which I don't think it's helpful to remember all of that. Right. But there's so much elements and wisdom and things that you could know. The question is, should you know everything? Should you awaken to all that you are? True. You're also trying to have a human experience. So yeah. Sure, yeah, but let's have a look. Yeah, I will be delighted to do that.
I'm open to any type of message that they have for me.
Okay. Do you know who they are?
No, because they were, you know, they did not look like us, you know.
Yeah, that happens.
So I haven't seen them in this lifetime, you know, walking the street or anything, or went for a walk, but not yet. They're here, I'm sure.
Good. So let me then connect. By the fact that you're here, you give me permission for that connection. So let's go. Okay. So I'm starting to tune in. And if you're new to this, my body moves and it's all good. All the energy coming through. Oof. Very nice energy. Very joyful. Feels very joyful indeed. Very joyful, high frequency. I always find it very challenging to pinpoint what is what. I don't get names. What I'm seeing looks very blue being, and I can have, let's just let it be for now what it is, and let me get more into it, and then we get back to maybe get some information who they are. So I'm more tuned in. Yes, so thank you for coming through today. And Christina would like to have some information on if you have any message for her. And what would that be? And also the question that she actually had was also Where are you helping? She has the feeling you're helping her with anything, and is it that you're helping her with? They want to answer their second first. So I will just use my body for them to talk through. It'll be easier. Oh, it's such a strange energy. Okay, let me focus. Because my body feels so different when they come through. Yes. We do have a message for you, dear Christina. We do. And we're happy you're connecting with us. And of course, we're always there. We have always been there. That you connect with us now does not mean we've just arrived. We have always been there and are delighted to be there and support you because we're family. And you're connecting with us makes us so joyful, so delighted, so joyful. Yes, that is our main message for today, but we will elaborate. Just know whenever you connect and you talk and you think you're making it up, that's how it feels. That's how it feels. Just trust what you're getting. And the more and more you do that, the easier that becomes. And this is information for everyone. It always feels as if you're making it up because it comes through your mind, out into your system, into your world. Your question is, what are we here to help you with? We're not here to help you per se. We're not your helpers as such. We're here to support you in the mission that you are doing here on Earth. We are here to connect with you as we are your soul family. We are here connecting with you to just simply be with you, to learn from you, to experience what you experience, which we experience through you. We just want to be close to you because not everyone is going to Earth. And are we helping you in the way being close to you? Yes, that support is highly valuable. And you can always connect with us and ask us and use that wisdom and ask us to help you to upgrade anything that you want. So we are there for you at your disposal. Oh, but only at your disposal. So we are not doing anything with you to you unless you ask and request us to do so. Although we are helping you with all the energies that are familiar to you to connect with that easier just by a presence near you, if that makes sense. Our main message for you is enjoy life, dear Christina. You're good at it. You could do even better at it. And we're not telling you what to do, but we just so enjoy you enjoying life. And dear, 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 just know that you're never alone and we are with you at all times. And please do connect. It is not about you thinking, I want to try. You just connect. And you have seen us already. And the more you connect, the more clearer that image will become. Alice will describe us. Okay. So what I'm seeing is our very blue beings. And oh my gosh, I'm so bad at names. And I'm very afraid I'm screwing it up. Okay, let me ask them. Are we dealing with the ARCTURIANS here? Oh, that's what comes up for me very much. And my mind is so busy thinking, oh, maybe I'm screwing this up. So it's now very them in my mind being, they're looking blue. They're very beautiful. They're absolutely loving. And this is as if I see them in their place of origin, where it's very colorful. It's not when they connect with you as if they come to Earth and then hang around here like spirits would do. They are just there in their home and connect with you. There's no space and time, so that doesn't matter where they are at that time. But you can feel their presence indeed. It feels almost as if there is something higher. I don't know if that's hair or something here. So if there's nothing here, but something just here, I don't know what that is. But let me come back to you.
Then, because of some of the things that you said, I feel that I've traveled or I've been there, because I have been somewhere where you said it's very beautiful, loving, very colorful, and I have been in the same space where everything was beautiful and flowers and butterflies, and the flowers, especially, I remember the flowers and trees were animated so well that they were happy and clapping and doing this. Like when they saw me come through, they were all so happy. And so I feel like I've been crossing back and forth with them, maybe, because that is the scene that I see. And when I think back of what I thought was a dream.
Yeah. Well, it's often in the dream state, right, that we can allow those images to come through. And the more you become familiar, the more you can travel there on I would say more conscious, but it's the whole conscious mind that needs to get out of the way to get there. But yeah, that's what I see indeed as well. And the more you allow that and be open for that, the more you can travel and go. Do you know how to do that when not in a dream state?
No.
Or can you induce a dream state?
No, I don't think so. Not yet. But they did mention that I'm never alone now. A lot of my time these past 3 years has been very alone. Like so much so, like it's almost depressing, really. And they know that, because I'm just here and I'm talking to myself, and I just want to be around other people and get, in an environment where I can be welcomed in a community with friends and everything. I'm kind of like in this hermit mode, and I tell them often, I'm so over this hermit mode. Why am I still here? Please just let me move on, So that is why they said that, because I am alone a lot. And I'm talking to them and anybody else who is listening to me. So,
yes, I recognize it very much. I also choose to be very alone.
I choose to be alone, but not permanently. Not all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I feel in this time of awakening and getting more access to all these things, it is sometimes beneficial for you to be more with yourself, so you have more space to allow that through. Having said that, I'm sure others might needing a lot of others around them, and that might be beneficial for them. I don't know. I notice that the more I'm connected, the more and more I have a tendency to be alone. So that connection is pure. And yes, I talk a lot out loud as well, and sometimes think, gosh, if someone would see me, that looks pretty nutters. Because I laugh with the spirits, and we make jokes and I cry, and yeah. It can all happen. Yeah. Let me, you just said something about wanting a community, and that's something a lot of people are longing for. And the thing is, the more you wake up, the more you have stories you can't share with anyone, right?
I know. And I just want to find my tribe, really.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
And that's why very much, and there's not many tribes. There are a few out there, and that's one of my wishes, really, to create that as well here. is to have a group of people that's, I mean, we're all doing our weird stuff alone, and to connect there and to share these stories that you can't share with a lot of people, and to have that community. So if you're on YouTube and you feel the same, come into the Light portal. It's free, or there's a paid section. The paid one, you get more personal interaction, where you can share your stories, but also really work on your journey and getting more and more connected with who you are, where you're here for, and bringing that forth in this world. Now, very often what you say, I mean, there's loneliness, or you might feel lonely, maybe depressed even. It's not the time that you feel, let me step in my mission, right? First, is it me feeling better with myself? And what you said, I saw this 3 years ago, and now this connection starts more and more. I mean, it takes time to get in terms with this. I remember my first connections. I was all over the place. I felt so distorted. You say it felt great. I didn't feel great at all. I was so, I couldn't make sense of it.
I've been down the spiritual path probably about 11 years, but I started studying it, and, you know, I became awake, and then I started becoming immersed in all this knowledge. So I did a lot of reading. I didn't, you know, I knew of things, but I was not exposed to them until the past 3 years. So
exciting. Yeah. And I think so far, for many people, the communities are mostly online, because we're still pretty scattered all over the planet. The exciting news is that more and more people wake up and become aware that there's actually, well, I think here we have a community of people that are connected to the stars, some one way or the other. And more people are waking up to that and are very confused. Right. Waking up to that part. I mean, spiritually, you can have a long journey, and a lot of people, I didn't have a spiritual journey, I would say, or a psychological journey as a psychologist, working a lot with myself, and only 5 years ago heard of the unconscious and started working with it. Only 2 years ago started actually hearing there's more than just your conscious and subconscious, which is weird, because my friends is like, I told you that long time ago. Why you? I just didn't. I wasn't ready. I was absolutely not ready. So this is only coming the last 2 years, really. And then I work with that every day, constantly, all the time, because it's just fascinates me so much. So my skills have developed like really, really, really quick. And I think the main thing is by me allowing a lot to come through. I must say, I have done improvisation theater for many years. That is such a big help. I can recommend anyone that wants to channel or more connect. It is all about getting out of the way and allowing the weirdness to come through, or allowing to come through whatever comes up in your mind at that moment. That's what improvisation theater is. You don't think, you just go, you just, whatever comes up. And that is what you do a lot with channeling. So I can recommend improvisation theater. No, but otherwise, if you really want to learn to channel and connect better, Christina, you're in my Rise memberships. You have access to the connection course, Connect with Your Higher Self. There I teach you to channel. There I teach you really to communicate with that. It's a 6 weeks. Well, you can do it as long as you want, of course. So that's all part of your membership.
There are times, because I do give tarot readings, but there are times when I'm given a reading and, you know, I get in my own way of the intuitive message that's coming through, or what thoughts are being put in my head. And then I'm like, are you sure that's the right thought? I'm like, let's try this again. And then, you know, I second guess myself, and then I come back and I think the first thought was probably the right thought. And you just get in your own way.
Yeah. I still have it.
Yeah.
I still have it, thinking like I'm making this up, but more and more it feels so strong. And often not often, always it's the first guess. Mm-hmm. Like I once had a client who had maybe I told this story before, but I had neck pain, because that was so profound. Had neck pain. So it was really a medical issue. And I looked into, I started the reading, and I get cakes. cupcakes, bigger cakes, and I pushed them aside, more cakes, push them aside, cakes. So I opened my eyes. I said, you know what? All I see is cakes because nothing else wanted to come. And she's like, oh, what? I have the last 5 days that I have so much pain in my neck and shoulders. I'm craving cakes and I'm eating cakes and everything is sugary in cakes. So then we started to explore what that was about. But that was the entrance point. So it was weird, but yeah, I now trust whatever I get, I go with it. And often it makes no sense for me whatsoever. And I start talking. And I think the talking is just then it will come through, right? Once you talk, it comes through. So whenever I do myself, I have a council that I speak with, that I have created myself with, inviting beings and people who still alive are in that council. And I speak with them, but I speak like I do here when I channel. I speak out loud. Otherwise, they need to come through me to make it work. So you can either do it by writing, not think too much and just start writing, or you speak out loud so it comes through. Or when you do tarots, lay your own tarots, but start talking. Start talking, as you know. And one thing is, I would advise, never say, I don't know, I'm not sure. It is always, yeah, I know, even if you have no clue. Just to get it going, right?
Trust the flow. Trust the flow.
Yeah,
encourage
absolutely.
the flow.
And you know what? If you're wrong, can also happen. It's not the end of the world, right? But yeah, it's a matter of trusting and going. But great, you're doing tarot. That's a beautiful way also to communicate, actually, isn't it?
Yes. I kept having these readings with people trying to seek guidance, and they were like, you can do this already. You're not doing it. You just need to do it already. You have the gift. And so from there, it just kind of took off, and, it just took off, and, I can pull information intuitively very well. And sometimes I'll give a message and people will be like, I don't think that's a message. And I was doing a group reading with a group of ladies, and I delivered the message, and the lady was not receptive of the message. And I said, I stand by my message. And I said, I didn't pull it wrong. And then all of her friends validated the message. It was something that she did not want to acknowledge about a relationship.
But it's also like, you take it or leave it. You don't have to believe me. It's all fine. That's not your responsibility.
I said, somebody felt it was important enough to bring this message. So the message is whatever it is. So
yeah.
And
the receiver of that has a choice to take it in or not. That's not your responsibility.
And it was hard for her, but then she dealt with it actually. Within the next few days, she actually recognized, acknowledged, and made an effort to deal with the problem that
but I can feel it. You have a lot, Christine. You have a lot of skills. You have a lot of connection. Your connection is very, and because they're still here, they're also confirming that it's very strong. It's absolutely very strong. There's no reason to doubt, but they understand that you doubt, because that's a very human thing. You're doing your human school.
Human mind wants to get in the way. Yes. She wants
that's part of the human experience. That's why you're here. If it all was smooth and flows like you're familiar with, let's enjoy the struggles of life as well. It sounds maybe strange, but that makes the human experience. Otherwise, you wouldn't have come here. The reason that you come here, you want to have those human struggles, because that's where you learn from. That's how you develop. If it was all easy and there was nothing to do, you could have stayed home. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So doubts and all those things, but what I was like, okay, those are all there, all the struggles and things and doubts and insecurities. You can be part of that. You become that and be the insecurity, or you can notice it and it's like, oh, right, there is some insecurity there, right? But I don't have to identify it. Great human experience here. But I know I'm so much more than just only that insecurity that I have. So you don't entangle so much with it. It's less of a human experience, I must say, but the more and more you develop and grow, it is great not to be so entangled with all these emotions, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Easier said than done, I know.
It's a hard, yeah, it's a struggle for sure. It is. But I'm working on it, and I know that this is a work in progress, and I want to, learn more, absorb more, elevate higher, and anything that comes through, I welcome it, because I'm going to grow, and I'm here to help people. I feel like I'm here to help others.
And you're also here to help yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and this is the last thing we want to give you, all of us, is because that's what everyone is on that path, right? And sometimes we forget, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Sometimes we forget to appreciate where we are now, right? So it's always beautiful, that path to be on, but the main gates towards that, what you want, I believe, is not to move so much ahead, but to move inwards and really accept the place where you are at the moment, accept where you are, whatever is coming up for you, and fully accept that whatever is there today is beautiful, is brilliant, is perfect, right? And whatever comes and you move, well, I think inwards too, that is the topping on the ice. But is that the right way to say it? Topping on the cake.
Icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake. Something with ice and tops.
It was a good effort, though.
Yeah, so really, I think the gateway for that is the appreciation for the moment now, right? That everything now is perfect, because if now is not good enough, then you're moving away from the now. You give a lot of power to the not good enough part of you, and you create more of the not good enough. Mm-hmm. So if you have it now, when you have everything now and everything is perfect, if that's your mindset, because basically there's no other moment than now, honestly, there's just now, now, now. If that is your best moment, then that's what you then create in your world. That's not what you see, or you can imagine even that's when you pull it towards you. There's actually nothing to pull towards you. It's already within you. You are needing to access it more and allow that more and be present with it more. But it all comes, the gateway to it, I believe, is the being in the now, and appreciate this moment and feel gratitude for this moment. It's not somewhere out there.
Right. Be more present here right now.
And appreciate the present moment and know that this is the only moment. Mm-hmm. That's your entrance point. That's your gateway towards all that you just named. Because we always think, which I always thought, it's somewhere out there. I'm chasing this, you do this course, read that book, and everything is brilliant, right? And everything is like, oh, that one. And it's great because your knowledge, and you learn, and you expand your knowledge and your consciousness. But you're always running behind something while it's actually all here. It is you remembering, it's you allowing, it's you leaning backwards. So there's nothing to chase out there as such, I believe.
Okay.
With that, let's close today.
Sure.
Thank you for being here, Christina. And thank you for opening yourself up, being vulnerable, and be present here. Highly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Alice.
Yeah, we see each other this week in other live events, most probably.
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you.
Yes. Everyone. And goodbye, everyone. Yeah, have a very good rest of your day, evening, whatever.